G'day folks, Andy here from McDowall Manor. So those little ladyfinger bananas have ripened up now. They're only tiny, but geez, they're a nice tasting banana. Yummo. The other thing that's really springing back with gusto is the Subtropical Peach. You see all the new growth and the flowers. It's coming back quite well, so if I can keep the bloody rats off it, we'll actually get a peach crop this year, which would be good. And we've still got a few mandarins on. They've been eaten. So we're at the end of the mandarin season. But what is interesting is this little lime. Remember, that was the one I resurrected from out the front. He's about to come into flower, so it looks like we'll get some limes soon, earlier than expected. Just over here, you'll be able to see that we are getting lemonades again. Not a big crop, but we're getting some lemonades on the lemonade tree. I didn't expect that this time of year. And you can see over in the back, we do in fact have some lemons. I think there's about 6 at last count. That's great. And of course, there's still some ruby grapefruits on the ruby grapefruit. Now, the thing I have decided, I'll swing you around. That's a native finger lime there, and behind it is another lemon. The thing I have decided, and I'm going to document it to remind myself, Andrew, in winter, don't plant any annuals on this side of the yard. You can see that's Brussels sprouts in the middle of the screen there. They're leggy and long, they get no sun. So nothing gets sun over here. I can get the odd tomato, so Andrew, you were welcome to put a few tomatoes in. Everything else has to be a perennial, otherwise it will not survive. It's that simple. Give you a look. Got quite a lot of roses on the arbor, that's always cute. Trouble is the rose bush is so thick you can see it pushes the top bars over and I have to keep fixing that up. Or I just leave it. That's lazy gardening for you folks. Yeah, so I won't be planting winter crops over here. I'll restrict it all to the north side of the yard. Chicken egg production as well and truly, it still hasn't come back online. But you can see I am getting quail eggs regularly, 2, 4, 6, 8. About 10 a day I normally get. So those little guys are doing quite well, they're happy. They get new sand on a regular basis on the bottom of their cages. They bloody love it, they bath in it, they eat it, oh my god. I thought I might share what I've come up with. Remember I kept talking about a shade structure for this Aquaponics grow bed? Now it's not important now. In fact, the issue right now is I don't get any sun on this side of the yard because it's still winter. So nothing's bloody growing. You can see how leggy everything's got. But come summer, this is just burnt to a crisp. So I was looking at ways. Originally I was going to build a big sort of shade structure, because that's what I'm used to doing, you know. I'll attach some legs on the sides and put them up and wah. What I've come down to, in a complete change of plan, you can probably see that little bracket there. So I had them spare when I pulled the rat cage apart. So I've put 6 of them on. You can see I've doubled over just some polypipe. The one in the middle's got no join. And the one on the ends have got that little T-bar. What I'm going to do is buy a cheap piece of dowel and just run it between the two ends. And then hang either shade cloth or animal screen over it. And I reckon that will do the trick just as well as anything else. Doesn't take up 4 tonne of my yard. And is actually deadly simple to construct and cost me virtually nothing. How good is that? That's the not flourishing aquaponics bed. So that bed gets very little sun. So you can see it doesn't bother shallots. So Andrew, you can put shallots in here in the winter. That end of the little low beds, just tripping over some pineapple, it gets a bit of sun and you can see how well it's doing. But when you go down the other end, where there's very little sun, oh, you can't really tell that much, but trust me, the crops aren't really going very well down that end. You know, it'll come back in summer. But same deal, on this side of the yard, you know, you're not going to do very well. That thing's a watercress, a Lebanese watercress. It gets used in salads. Oh, of course there's some mint. and the kangkong, which I was really interested in just getting it through the winter. And it seems to have done that, so I expect it'll flourish again come summer or in spring. Of course, we've got some kumquats out the front. Not a great crop because we trimmed them. So we knew we wouldn't get a great crop, but there's certainly well and truly enough there. I've given a heap away. And there's enough well and truly to make kumquat jello. So that's what'll be happening. You can see the difference, can't you, in the north side and the south side. I'm on the north side now, obviously. Things are going, you know, quite well over here because it's getting its sun. So regardless of the fact that it's winter, you can see sorrel, there's parsley, there's coriander. Tomatoes are giving tomatoes. Can you see them all down there? A few more in there. That's the ginger pot. That's why there's nothing in there at the moment. You know, there's bits of dill. There's flowers on the blueberry. You know, this side with just that little bit of sun does so much better. So this is the only side from now on, well, in winter, that I'll be planting the annuals. The other side I won't bother. So Rosie started hanging a few herbs in pots, which I think is a cute addition. But of course the other side I'll put annuals in summer because it gets a lot of sun in summer. Just another thing I thought I'd mention is I've rebaited the rat baits. Now that it's warming up a bit in the day, I thought, oh well, they'll start to appear soon. Now, there wasn't a single bit of bait left in any of the rat stations, so they've certainly taken some over winter. So another thing I've started to do, and I'm not sure what started me, was build these little mini, I call them landscapes. They're not really terrariums because they don't have a lid. But yeah, I've been really digging on that. I've got a couple of more, some little plants I'm going to put in the next couple. Those boxes are the trifle bowls, which is what I've been putting them in. So I've got little the balls from the grow bed in the bottom, that provides drainage. And then I've got just the dirt and the plants. I collect things from the beaches, like those red rocks and that little bit of old coral there and some driftwood. And I've been having a bit of a hoot doing that. So yeah, I'll keep doing that. And the last thing I'll leave you with is I'm having a crack at growing potatoes this year. And you can see they're actually starting to shoot. There is a little tiny weeny one down there as well. So I've got 4 pots of them, and we'll see how they go as the weeks ahead unfold. Alright folks, you have a good one, eh? See ya.